The first negative speaker says that tobacco treats Parkinson's, but my argument was that marijuana has also been shown to treat brain tumors, multiple sclerosis, and a multitude of other diseases, yet that remains illegal. And as far as people resorting to smuggling in tobacco from other countries, that already happens. That's where the term cigarette boats come from, for speedboats. People smuggle tobacco from South American countries to avoid the taxes here. And furthermore, if we continue to just raise taxes as a way of resolving the issue, tobacco companies will just move their base of operations outside of the United States, which they are already doing. And right now, tobacco companies are resorting to mechanization and moving to other countries for cheaper labor as a way of keeping down costs because of the high cost of taxes. And sales are already going down and they're boosted. Less sales boosts employment in non-tobacco regions, and this has caused tobacco farmers in tobacco-growing states to call for government spending to help them diversify their crops because they're not making enough money growing tobacco. It's really lose-lose for everybody, including the farmers that are supporting the tobacco companies. Their customers are dying, and their farmers can no longer support themselves because they don't care. They just care about their bottom line and their profit. So they're doing whatever they can to make the dollar. And the reason it's such an issue, smoking and everything, is because people that don't smoke don't have a choice not to inhale smoke. It goes into the atmosphere and it affects the immediate area of the smoker. And according to the Center for Disease Control, children under 18 months of age get 300,000 cases of bronchitis each year in our country due to secondhand smoke. So that's why it's a really big issue, and it's not really fair for babies to have to suffer from respiratory syndromes because somebody wants a drag. I just want to reiterate that these corporations really don't care about us. I mean, I'm going to go back to my evidence that the tobacco corporations and the radiation. For those of you who probably don't know what polonium-210 is, a couple of years ago during the Russian elections, or I think it was for Georgia, one of the presidential candidates was poisoned with polonium-210, and his face turned all purple and got all swollen and stuff. He almost died. Yeah, this is the stuff that's in cigarettes. And even if you're not smoking a cigarette, you're being subjected to this poison by secondhand smoke, as well as 4,000 other chemicals, which cigarette companies do not list. So these are pretty sketchy people that we have running these companies, and it's pretty bad for us. If our plan was put into effect, we would immediately, well, in the future, we'd be saving millions and millions of lives of Americans, and we would save the economy $97 billion a year in productivity, in loss of productivity for sick days taken by smokers, and another $97 billion saved on healthcare, which is going through a crisis right now in our country. And I want to reiterate that minorities are the hardest hit by tobacco companies. According to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, some racial and ethnic groups are disproportionately at risk for lung cancer, and tobacco is to blame. During 2001 to 2005, African Americans had an 80% higher incidence rate of lung cancer because they are more likely to smoke cigarettes, because cigarette companies target them, which is bad. If people smoke less already, and we've already lost half the people in our country smoke than they did 10 years ago, then why not just put a ban on it now, 10%? Or it's only going to get lower and lower, so we might as well just take the next step and do what's best for our country.